Pleasant good morning to you. That widow. 1 Kings chapter 17 and verse 9 says, And it came to pass, after these things, that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick. And his sickness was sore, that there was no breath left in him. After she has demonstrated her faith and given the prophet the benefit of food force, the bakes force, and for many days, God continued to work that miracle. What happens now? Her son comes and dies. Water more than corn flour, some would say. Listen, in response to his death, the lady asked, she tells Elijah, you have come to call my sin to remembrance, in verse 18 of 1 Kings chapter 17. You come to remind me of the bad that I did. In other words, the lady is there saying that calamity has struck in terms of the death of my son because of something bad that I have done. Listen, don't judge this lady, Don't many of us say the same thing when something bad happens to us? If the story had ended there, we would have said it got to be that something she did that caused her son now to die. But change that way of thinking, because you cannot conclude without all the facts. You know who has all the facts on a situation like that? God himself. Instead of blaming yourself when something has happened, and you know that, well, in the past you committed sins and you ask forgiveness, instead of blaming yourself for the bad that has happened, ask God to get you out of the situation. In this case, Elijah gets her out of the situation by asking God to resurrect her son. Now listen to this. Was this lady obeying God? The answer is yes. She was obeying God more than many of us. How many of us would have the last meal and will cook it and give it to a pastor or give it to a priest and leave yourself starved and your son? But Elijah, the man of God, had said to her, do that first, and she obeyed. So I am concluding, rightly so, that this lady was obeying God. But listen to the point. Even though people may be obeying God, please remember that terrible things still do happen. And when terrible things happen, even to those who are obeying God, don't you get rid of your belief in God. Still trust him. Don't be weak and waddling in your self-pity and say, listen, I can't trust God anymore. No, what you need to say is, though he slay me, I will still trust him, and ask him and other God-fearing people to help to get you out of that terrible situation. Today, I don't know what you will face in life, but please remember that God is there willing to sustain you and to strengthen your faith. God and Father, thanks so much for your goodness towards us. Somebody may be doubting you now, oh God. Please help them and strengthen their faith like that of Job, and help to take them through whatever tough situation they may be passing through. In Jesus' name I thank you. Amen. May God richly bless you.
Is your burden heavy as you bear it all alone? Does your road you travel harbor days?